Welcome to Thinking in the Cloud. I'm your host, Eric McGarity, and today I've got Gavin and Lance joining me. And gentlemen, you're both founders of vArida and vArida, and I wanted to kind of go a little deeper today. So, we're in a landscape right now that both VARs and MSPs in general are really challenged. Most MSPs or VARs are either being gobbled up by larger players, or they're just going out of business. And despite that, you guys and the business that you've created is thriving and growing at a very rapid pace. Tell me a little bit about your success and what you attribute that to.
I think a lot of it is that we built vArida. We built our own private cloud. So naturally, you're going to have a lot of pull through from both the brands. So,
most companies don't do that. That's very expensive.
Correct.
Yeah.
But we were fortunate enough to have some really good opportunities to springboard us into building vArida, and it just organically grew way faster than we expected. So we decided to invest into it and really push it to the next level. But what we find is we still sell traditional value-added services, MSP services, professional services, and the pull-through and the ability, here we are, we've got this huge customer base. They are hearing about cloud. They need to get there. It just makes sense to come with value to vArida, which I guess really is a product of value in itself, right?
Yep, they match together very well. A lot of people want to go to the cloud nowadays, and everybody's talking about it. We're able to provide our own, and it fits real nice, but the puzzle goes together really well with everything else that we do.
Right. Well, and I think it makes a lot of sense if you were coming in and saying, okay, all we offer is cloud. It's a very limited offering because I probably have some premise devices that still need to be maintained that I'm not going to sunset yet. Maybe they've got another 3-4 years in them. And I've got some other data that I need to move into the cloud. So what I think makes you guys appealing, and maybe part of the reason that you're growing so quickly, is that you offer both. You're able to maintain those devices and pull the data into the cloud and offer them the security and the redundancy and the other benefits that the cloud naturally has. Mm-hmm. The one thing that I think you guys do that you don't talk about as much as you might is you've really put together a cloud infrastructure in a way that's purpose-built. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, when you spend as long as we have in this industry, right, we've seen a lot of different networks and environments and met a lot of great people. So we've worked with, you name the vendor, chances are we have a strong partnership with them, or we've worked with them, or we have a relationship somewhere there. So you bring all that together and you got something very special, and that builds that, right? And it builds on that, I think. So we knew going into it all the different bleeding edge technologies available to us, how to build a cloud, how to resell other people's clouds. So
what works and what doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah, and we drinking our own Kool-Aid, right? I get tired of that one, but that's what we did. We brought in the best of the players and that's available today to build vArida, and we can bring that to the enterprise level all the way down to the small business packaged in same package, right?
Well, what I've heard, I've gotten the chance to speak with some of your customers. And one thing I hear from your customers over and over again is they're telling me that you guys don't just provide a cloud, you provide a cloud with a level of service. And what that means to them and what that's done to their business is really changed the way that they're interacting with IT, right? So now IT is able to really provide business solutions in a seamless way, and I think that the cloud that you build is purpose-built because you're building it with solutions in mind rather than just, hey, we've got some cool hardware. Yeah. Why don't you guys go piggyback on it? Instead, you've said, we're going to get best-in-breed partners and hardware, but we're going to couple that with the right software applications, the right licenses, and you've staffed it in such a way that you're actually bringing that to the customer and offering the service at the same time. And that's what your customers are telling me.
A lot of people hear about the cloud and they want to go into the cloud, but they don't have any idea how to get there. They can go to AWS or they can go to Azure or whatever they want to, and they're just going to give them the cloud and say, here you go. And then they don't know what to do with it.
Right.
We help them design it from the beginning and get them exactly what they need. And we help them go from what they're at today and move them into the cloud, and then we help them manage it going forward. They can get to the cloud and get all the benefits without having to know how to deal with it.
But and again, to stack that on, and not just the brands that are representing our cloud, but having ran a managed service provider for so long, having been a value-added reseller for so long, and so when it's time to take this customer to the cloud, we've consulted and positioned ourselves as a trusted advisor so well for so long, and lived by that it's just it just transitions to vArida, and it's a completely different experience for these customers versus one of these other providers that we're talking about, because you're getting the white glove, you're just getting the hand-holding experience, and we like to think, I'm glad that customers had good things to say, obviously, but we like to think that's a great experience.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for taking a moment to think in the cloud with me. And I think this is just such an important topic for businesses as they're thinking about how do they move their infrastructure into the cloud, and to have such a great resource like you.
Thank
Thank you.